Hatsune Miku is finally here on Grand Summoners Global. Well, at the time you watch this video, she won't technically be here at the moment, but she'll be coming literally in like, I think a day or two at this point. And today, you guys already know what we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over all of the equipment and units coming with Hatsune Miku. But if this is your first time tuning into one of my videos and you just got into Grand Summoners, I recommend sticking around to the channel. There's a lot of stuff on this channel that will be very beneficial to you and will definitely help you out if you are a new player or a returning player coming back for Hatsune Miku. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let us cover the Hatsune Miku units. Hatsune Miku, the main one, the water one. Her skill is going to be called La La La. 1400% water damage magic. You increase all allies arc gauge by 5 and recovers all allies HP by 200. Your skill cooldown on this bad boy is 10 seconds. Next is your art, which is listen to my song. Break is 900. You're going to deal 10,000% water damage magic with this. You reduce the enemy's damage and crit rate by 30% for 15 seconds. Then the true art is let's make some music, which is 32,000% water damage magic. Autofills all allies art gauge by 4 and increase water unit skill CT speed by 100% for 20 seconds. If you want to know what this art gen type is, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a new art gen type and it's type E. I don't know if it's new, but I think it's new in global. And for Hatsune Miku's abilities, we're going to be having increased equipment CT recovery by 10%, increased BE generation by 25%, and you increase physical evasion by 10% and increase paralysis and freeze resist by 100%. So that is extremely good in terms of support. Never have to worry about her getting froze or paralyzed. Always going to be able to give you those buffs whenever you need them. Now moving on to Sakura Miku. Sakura Miku is very similar to Hatsune Miku. She is a 5-star earth unit. Her skill is Sing With Me. 1200% earth damage magic. You increase all allies accuracy by 10% for 6 seconds. The cooldown on this bad boy is 11 seconds. The arts is Sakura Melody. 13,000% earth damage magic. Heal all allies blind, disease, and freeze. And you increase your art gauge by 50 for units healed by this art. So how this works, this is a little bit confusing. If you are able to cure blind, disease, or freeze, you get 50 arts, from what I understand, per status heal. And then finally her true art, which is Let It All Out. 36,000% earth damage magic. You autofills all allies art gauge by 4 and you increase earth units attack by 100% for 20 seconds. This is art gen type E as well. And just to let you know, with this art gen type E, it will not stack with other units that are type E. So it will not stack with the other Miku. And last but not least, let's talk about Sakura Miku's abilities, which is HP recovery level 10, accuracy level 5, which increases your own accuracy by 50, and then the last ability, which is going to be the same thing that Hatsune Miku has, but instead it's flipped. So now she increases magical evasion by 10%, and you increase paralysis and freeze resistance by 100%. Now, how do I feel about both these units? Hatsune Miku, I think, is going to be in a really good spot. There's a lot of units that she has synergy with. One that I can think off the top of my head is going to be Vox, Yusuke, even someone like Veronica. That extra skill CT speed is going to actually be really nice for a lot of units, especially in mono water or just with other water units on the team. You don't even have to run a mono water team with Hatsune Miku. So I think she's gonna have a really nice synergies. Another thing is to point out too, with Hatsune Miku's art being able to increase your damage resist and also lower the enemy's crit rate, I think is insane. Personally, I think this may be really good against certain in-game bosses. One that comes to mind is I think you can maybe get away with using her in Ganon. So I know some people may ask me, how do I feel about her in like the grand scheme of things, comparing her to other supporting crossover units that have came out like a Serpa, Priestess, stuff like that. Personally, I feel like that she's going to be in a really good spot, especially if you're a brand new player coming into this game and you pick up either one of the Mikus. I think you're going to be really nice. It's kind of crazy that overall, I actually like Hatsune Miku a little bit more than Sakura Miku. I'm going to talk about Sakura here in a second, but in terms of equipment slots, I do prefer Sakura Miku over Hatsune Miku's equipment slots. But I think she's going to be a really nice addition. Also, another thing is too, is that with a lot of these units that are in mono water, you can actually stack arch gen with them, which is kind of a problem with some units in mono water. Some of them have overlapping arch gen types, so you can't actually stack with them. But since Hatsune Miku is actually type E, she can stack with a lot of these top tier arch geners. Like for example, one big one that comes to mind is Rosetta. So I think she's gonna be in a really good spot in terms of what Hatsune Miku can do. As far as Sakura Miku I think is also gonna be in a really good spot. Increasing all earth allies attack by 100%, I think is a little bit nasty, especially with some of the units coming out later on. And she's also going to be really good synergy with the current units that are already out. Like for example, let's say we use her with the Holy Trinity, which consists of Earth Mira, Norn, and Finn. That 100% extra attack is going to be insane, especially if you're using Earth Mira's art at the same time, you know, extra crit and damage up. That's just going to make a lot of these units hit a lot harder. And I think later on, Sakura Miku is going to be pretty nasty. I think we just need to wait a little bit and wait for some really top tier Earth damage dealers to come out. But that is all in terms of the units we're going to get into. 2 units this crossover, but we do have some equipment coming, which I do want to talk about. So let's talk about the gacha equip summons first, and then finally we'll talk about the event items that are coming as well that you can farm. So the gacha equip items are going to be Miku's outfit. This is a 5-star heal. This recovers 15% of all allies HP, and you heal all allies of poison and burn. The next is 5-star magic, which is, I'm assuming this is Nigi. 5000% water damage magic. You reduce the enemy's water resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. Really strong item right there, especially if you're doing any type of nuking with mono water. And we're also going to be having Miku's guitar, which is 4000% water damage magic. You increase crit rate by 50% for 8 seconds, and if water, you get an extra 50%. So pretty much 100% crit rate on any attacker that you want that on. That's pretty good, but at the same time, it's not insane. That's not all of them though. We have some more. We have a 5-star defense also coming, which is Lin plushie. This reduces all allies magic damage taken by 20% and increases curse resist by 100% for 20 seconds. We also have a 5-star support coming as well, which is Sakura Miku's hair charm. You increase target's arc gauge by 80. When arc gauge hits 200 by this equip, increase target's all stats by 30% for 20 seconds. So this is worded a little bit weird, but how this actually works is if this unit reaches 200 arts with this equip, then you're going to also increase their stats by 30% for 20 seconds as well. Just weird English translations there, you know, it's usual Grand Summoner stuff. And last but not least is a 4-star magic, which is Sakura Miku's outfit, which is 2500% earth damage magic. You increase allies attack. You increase attack by 15% for 10 seconds, and if earth, you get an extra 15%. So 30% attack up in total if you're using this on an earth unit. Really solid, and to be honest, it's probably going to be solid on a lot of different characters just because we really don't have that many good 4-star magics in the game. And those are actually all of the gacha equips that are coming out. Now let's talk about the event items that are going to be coming out as well, which is going to be Ren's plush and also Miku's headset. So Ren plush is a 5-star heal. Its skill is for 10 seconds, you increase all allies accuracy by 30% and heal their HP by 200 per second. Cooldown on this bad boy is 40 seconds. And then finally, the last item in the entire crossover is Miku's headset. This thing skills for 20 seconds, you increase allies arts by 1 and you increase skill CT recovery by 30%. Cooldown 45 seconds. And yes, this is an AoE archgen item that is a 4-star support. I personally think that this item is actually going to be pretty insane on a lot of different people. I think it's actually going to be really good. But guys, that is actually all of the information currently coming out for Hatsune Miku's collab in Grand Summers Global. Real quick though, I do want to mention that we are going to be having a lot of this stuff coming at separate times. If you have not noticed in the in-game news, the first crossover or the beginning of this crossover will start with Hatsune Miku, and then I'm assuming the second half of this crossover will end with Sakura Miku. So if you're looking for specific items or equips or units, just make sure that you're looking at the banners. They actually have the unit or the equip on there that you want to go for. You don't want to wind up summoning and think that you have Sakura Miku on this banner whenever in reality you don't. She comes in the part 2 of this. So yeah, just want to get that out there just to make sure, you know, you guys don't mess up or anything like that. But guys, it's gonna be it for this. Video, man. I'm freaking starving. I just woke up. It's literally like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to go get something to eat. So thank you all for coming out. It's been your bro Pete. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. And last but not least, man, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.